5 of these rings into the water. Now Callum can see the rings, but colours can be a bit tricky for him to see. Some of them he doesn't see the same way we do. So he's going to have to use his whiskers to feel each of the rings in the water. Now what you're going to see Amy try to do is throw the rings into the water. Now this doesn't look that fancy. Callum just has to sit there and do nothing. But this was a behaviour that was trained with him, and it took Callum about 2 years before he'd wait for us to throw one ring in. So it's taken a long time to get to this point, but he's been very, very well behaved. So we're going to let him go off and try and find them. Now his technique is questionable, because what Callum does try and do, once he finds the rings, is he tries to fit them all in his mouth. And I admit he's got a big mouth, but he definitely can't fit all 5 of these rings in there. But he's doing it very quick today. Give him a cheer. Well done, you, Callum.
Hey.
I think he thought he was done after 4 and just happened to run into the 5th one. Now we can play another game with these rings. It gets absolutely every single one of you involved, and we're going to see if Callum can catch them. So it's a bit more challenging to catch them as they fly through the air. Now we are going to get you to help us out a little bit with this, because bless her heart, Amy up there. Hi Amy. You were born and raised in Newcastle, weren't you? That's a nice place. So between you and me, she can't count as high as 5. So get this, everyone. You're going to do the counting for us! The sound of disgruntled adults. It's my favourite sound on a Sunday evening. Now I'm going to lead you in again. Your line is going nuts, okay? Are you ready for numbers? Now I'm going to give you a clue. The first one is number 1. All you've got to do is shout 1 as loud as you can. So are you ready? With ring number 1! Now do you know what? They weren't that bad. But you did get beaten by 1 northerner, and that's embarrassing. So we're going to try again. Are you ready with ring number
2, 3, 4, 5.
Give yourselves a true time. Now, of course, games are the fun part of training, but we also need to check Callum is healthy. Every day, we look him over from head to toe multiple times, and all we have to do is ask. Now, Callum, thankfully, is quite tactile. He likes you getting close to him, having a look around. We can check his teeth, his eyes, his ears, his body, and we're looking for anything out of the ordinary, any cuts or scratches. And what we're preparing for is if Callum was ever to become unwell, we would have the vet down to look at him. Now the tricky part with a sea lion is if the vet is here, firstly they're probably not feeling that great, and secondly the vet might do something that accidentally causes them pain, perhaps gives them an injection, takes bloods. Now with a sea lion, there's nowhere really to hide from them because they don't have a collarbone like you or I. So Amy, we have collarbones, we can kind of go side to side, we can do up and down. Now if Callum wants to see what his butt looks like, he just whips his head back just like that. So if the vet was behind Callum, for lack of a better term, should get a fright. So what we get